This next song it's called Starving Artist. Where you going? It's called Starving Artist. And I wrote this song for people. As I look around this room, I see artists. I know you're an artist. Guess how I know? By the way you look, by the way you dress, by the way you sit. You can be anything, but you can't fool me, because I know what you look like. I've seen a lot of you in Morocco and Germany and France and Switzerland and I've seen you. I know what you look like. And you all, guess what? You look the same in other countries. But for our police officers who are artists, for our lawyers and doctors and finance people, our dancers, our poets, for all of you who are artists, I wrote this song for you too. This song says that the Almighty God knows that what you do, the art that you bring, He knows that it causes you pain. He knows that you suffer with it. He knows that you starve with it. But He is counting for everything that you drink out of the cup that He pours in. He is counting it with your tears. And it is balancing the scale. I want you to know it because He told me that. You say, Pam, how do you know that? I'm going to tell you how I know that. Because I know a girl who grew up at 29th and Lehigh in North Philadelphia, in one of the most poorest neighborhoods in this city. She wanted to sing, but her parents wanted a surgeon. So this girl waited after pleasing her parents, and at the age of 31, past the age of ever releasing a song, sold a house in West Oak Lane that she had worked very hard for a fraction of the price. She sold everything in it, her 2 cars that she had earned, the carpet, the washing machine, the dryer. She sold it all and moved to Germany. She had an 8-year-old daughter. She bought a life insurance policy and took her to her father and said, I'll be back for her. She arrived in Germany with $200 in her pocket. Let's talk about the audacity of hope. Let's talk about the nerve of a kid from North Philadelphia to think that they should be a world-class recording artist in another country where they don't even speak the language. I arrived with that $200, and I didn't know where I was going to stay. There was a guy in the airport I had met once when I was on tour with a gospel group, and he said, hey, what you doing back here? And I said, I moved here because I came to get my dream. He said, where you going to stay? I said, I'm looking for a hotel. Now, mind you, I said I had $200 in my pocket. He said to me, he said, I know a place where you can get a room for $200, maybe for 1 month. I said, okay. We went to a place called the Mittwoch Central, and the lady said, it's going to cost you 198 of those US dollars you got there in your hand. And I said, okay, here, the audacity of hope. I went to that apartment, and it was a German family. They didn't speak English, and I didn't speak German. And they had a daughter who came to America to study. And so they let me have her room. And I just had like maybe 75 cents in their money left after paying that $198. So I didn't know what I was going to eat for that month, but I knew I had a roof over my head. And at 8:30 the next morning, that man knocked on the door, and he had called his daughter in America to ask her, how do you ask somebody, are they hungry in English? And do they want to have breakfast? And he said it in perfect English. He said, are you hungry? Do you want to have breakfast? And if you've ever been to Europe, you know their breakfast is cheese and some jelly and some bread. But he had fried some eggs up for me, scrambled some eggs and made some bacon for me. And bacon is expensive in Germany. The audacity of hope. And that night, I walked on a jam session in a place called the A Train. A place where Herbie Hancock played and Wynton Marsalis. And I had on coveralls because I wasn't prepared. And I walked on the jam session, and the musicians, they walked off the stage and they left me up there, and I didn't know what I was going to sing.